So look, if you've ever listened to an episode of Buff Does Sports, or even if you know me as a person, it's no secret. Let me go over here real quick. I'm a fan of the WNBA. All right, point blank period. I mean, I've met WNBA players. I've been to the WNBA All-Star games, multiple All-Star games. In fact, I've been to the WNBA Finals. I've been at games where history was made, such as when Candace Parker became the first player in WNBA history to have 3 triple-doubles. Like, I'm a WNBA fan, all right? So I love the WNBA. There's no secret there. The game is evolving and growing. I believe the players should get their fair shake. The athleticism is off the charts. Fans are starting to take notice. But one thing about the WNBA is that it's more than Caitlin Clark. It's more than Angel Reese. And now, as the game keeps growing and going to new heights, the league itself needs to address a few key things so it could go to that next level.
Hey, what up, Buff Sam? Shout out Buff Does Sports, man. Appreciate it.
Little people, big people, all people. Welcome to Buff Does Sports. I want to thank God for another opportunity to talk sports, and I want to thank you, the listener, for tuning in to me talking sports. Make sure you go to buffdoesports.com for links to my social media platforms, ways to donate to the show, and please don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you'll never miss the newest content. That all being said, hope you enjoy. First, let's talk about the schedule. All right. Everybody always complains about the schedule of the games. And what they mean is, there's only so many teams. All right. So sometimes you'll get stuck with 3-4 games in one night, which is not the worst thing in the world. The problem a lot of people have is that when it's those 3-4 games, they're all scheduled at the same time slot. They're all 7 o'clock starts, 10 o'clock start. Like, what are we doing, man? You don't even have that many teams, that many games, We should spread these games out, whether it's by the hours, 7, 8, 9, 10. That way, I'm catching the fourth quarter of every game while the other game is just getting started. You know what I'm saying? Or divide it out by the days. Somebody play on Tuesday, somebody play on Wednesday. Done deal. Still spread it out, but that's the first thing I would fix. Don't put all the games at the same time because now you're hurting those ratings because now I got to pick which game I want to watch. Now, for those who have WNBA League Pass, shout out to you because you can watch 4 games at once, which I will give credit to the WNBA on that. League Pass is so affordable. All right, so that's one benefit to League Pass, but if you like me, it's hard to watch 4 games at one time. I only can watch 1, so that's the first thing. Don't have the games conflict with other sports. And what I mean by that is, I've caught static for saying this in the past, but the facts are the facts. Don't have a WNBA Finals game the exact same time as NFL football on Sundays. And now the reason I say that is the WNBA is the less popular of the 2 sports. If you ask somebody, a random person in America, NFL or WNBA, they're picking NFL. The facts are the facts. Therefore, with the WNBA growing and people actually wanting to watch the games, if you want to attract to those casual fans, don't make them decide between football and WNBA because they're going to pick football every single time. That's just the facts. So I say that to say, move the games away from, especially a regular season game, you can live without. WNBA Finals, though, WNBA playoff games, don't put it on the same time as NFL football. Don't put it on at 3 o'clock on a Sunday. The game is starting during the heart of the fourth quarter of the 1 o'clock games. As the game is wrapping up, the 4 o'clock game slot is starting. Even Saturdays, you got to be iffy because college football. So your best bet, you got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Work with those days. Because I'll be, again, casual fans, Saturday and Sunday are for football. Don't believe me? NBA, same way. The NBA is the exact same way. Nobody watches the NBA until after football season ends. It's just the facts. Okay? Football rules America. What's up, everybody? If you didn't know, I am a car salesman at Gene Buttman Ford. I sell new, I sell used. Just let me know what you're looking for. And lucky for you, I do referral bonuses. So even if you're not looking for a vehicle at the moment, I have money for you if you refer a client to me. Again, I'm at Gene Buttman Ford, located at 2105 Washington Ave in Ypsi, Michigan. You can text or call me at 734-544-2870. Come see me so you can score big in the clutch and drive with the built Ford Tough Touch. The next thing I will work on, expansion. Expansion to the WNBA is key for its growth. The reason being, you have more teams, more opportunity. You know, it's a reason why players like Brittany Griner have to go overseas. They go overseas because the money, which we'll talk about in a moment. But even those players that don't make it to the WNBA have to go overseas because there's no basketball back in the States. You know, there's no G League. And then to make it worse, rosters are already small. So if you're not going to keep expanding teams, you got to expand the rosters for more opportunity. Again, space is limited in the States right now. I keep talking about other leagues. Look at the MLB. They have a whole minor league system, right? Because of more opportunity. NBA, G League, NFL, you got the UFL, okay? And so it's ways to go about it, is what I'm saying. Look at Unrivaled. You know, a league started by Nafisia Collier and Brianna Stewart of the WNBA. Look what they have done with Unrivaled. You know, I'm going to talk in a second more about how the players feel welcomed there. But let me talk about their marketing strategy for a second, right? You know, for one, what I like about Unrivaled is they attack a market that does not have a professional women's basketball team right now. Just this past week, they went to Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love. They went to Philadelphia, sold out. I'll be honest, I forgot the name, but it used to be the Wells Fargo Center, but I know that's not the name no more. I think it's like the Xfinity something arena center right now, but the 76ers arena, right? A team where an NBA, arena where an NBA team plays, the a women's basketball league was able to come for the day and sell that thing out. Y'all not gonna sit here and tell me people don't love women's basketball. They do. It's just you got people like me living in Detroit, Michigan, whatever the case may be, who don't have a team around me versus those in, other states. So again, Philadelphia doesn't have a team. Unrivaled went to a market that doesn't have a team, sold it out, which shows you there is a niche for women's basketball in these big cities. Okay? When you bring women's basketball to these cities, fans are going to show up because they've been craving it. Detroit used to show up and show out back in the day with the Shot. As far as I'm concerned, I think it might have just got broken recently, but I know at one point the Detroit Shot had the highest attendance record for a WNBA game, back at Joe Louis Arena, actually. So it shows you people love women's basketball. We will show up and show out for it. Therefore, my next point is, the WNBA needs to do the same. Attack the markets that don't have teams. Of course, keep expanding to those cities, but also look at the All-Star game. The All-Star game is always in Vegas and Chicago every single year. Look at the cities who don't have, teams. I've been saying bring the WNBA All-Star game to Detroit. Maybe they'll look at bringing it to Philly now. There's many different places that haven't had a WNBA All-Star game. Maybe if they bring it there, that can attract more fans. Or even do a regular season game in another market. I keep talking about these other leagues because of the way these other leagues have became successful. It's almost like they have set a blueprint. And what I mean by that is, again, people don't like it, but it works. The NFL, they go overseas, a few times a year. Do games in other markets to keep attracting that audience. The NBA, same thing. The Pistons played a game in Mexico earlier this year. So it works. You get fans from another fan base involved, and boom, it keeps growing the game. At the end of the day, that's what you want, to grow the game. So that's why I say do that. The WNBA did it recently, right? They had a preseason game in Toronto. What happened? Such a huge turnout. Toronto ended up getting awarded a WNBA team. You got to look at that. They went to a fan base that didn't have a team. Fans showed up, showed out. WNBA said, okay, maybe this is a good market for a team. What did they do? Boom. They brought a team to the market. The proof is in the pudding.
Hey, it's your girl Caressa the Glow Shields, and I'm here with Buffed Up Sports.
A very important thing the WNBA needs to do is take care of the players. You got to take care of the players, right? And what I mean by take care of them first, financially, right? No, I don't think WNBA players should be paid the same as NBA players. Now, Kelsey Plum has said it before. They're not asking for the same money. They're asking that their revenue percentages is split just like the NBA. So, for example, I don't even think WNBA players make money off their jersey sales. It's not fair. If my name is on the back of a jersey and it's getting sold, I should get some portion of that money coming through because somebody getting it, and it sure as heck ain't me. Get what I'm saying? So I do believe, yes, the percentage point should be, if not close to the same, right? I don't even need to get into it. We all know the NBA makes way more money than the WNBA. We get it's way more. We get all that, right? But fair is fair, okay? Equality and fair is two different things. You could be fair, but it don't got to be equal. That's why I say fair percentages, but we know it's not going to be equal money because it's not equal revenue. Now, again, the money's going somewhere because WNBA just signed this new TV deal. You know, they've got deals on Amazon now. They got Ion Television, ESPN. Don't forget the regional markets the games are on. So the money is there, right? The money is there. Let me explain this part too. You could say inflation. I say growing. It might even be both. 2008 went to the WNBA Finals. I looked at my ticket the other day, back when you still had a physical ticket. Physical ticket, I think it said $15. Fast forward to 2000, that was 2008. Fast forward to 2022, went to LA. Now, we all know California is very high price compared to the rest of the states. California, Los Angeles, you know, go to a LA Sparks game. First is the Chicago Sky, who had Candace Parker at the time. So, very popular matchup. $45 for lower bowl. Fast forward to 2023. Chicago, $70 to go see the Aces versus the Sky. 2025 WNBA All-Star game, I'm not even going to tell y'all how much I spent. But no, it was way more than that 70. And I get it was an All-Star game. It was in Caitlin Clark's hometown. But yo, and let me tell you, I bought the tickets days before they announced Caitlin Clark wasn't going to play, right? And I wish I didn't because, of course, once they announced she wasn't playing, ticket prices dropped. But even with that drop, still crazy prices. So I say all that to say, you know, people are willing to pay top dollar to go to these games. So since they're paying top dollar, where's the money going? Because it ain't going to the players. You have other leagues, as I mentioned, Unrivaled earlier, but you also have Athletes Unlimited. You know, they work because the players feel taken care of. You know, they've been started by players. Players have big parts in them. You know, players are endorsing, you know, the whole works. The players feel taken care of, though, because they feel like their voices are heard, unlike the WNBA. So they got to fix that portion. Kathy Engelbert, the WNBA commissioner, does not have a great relationship with the players right now. She needs to fix that if this league is going to continue or it's time for a new commissioner. I get not everybody going to like their boss and things like that, and the company's still going to run on whether you like your boss or not. But when everybody don't like that boss, that's a problem because it's a morale thing, and you're just looking at a disaster. And things were about to blow up in Kathy's face, which they still might because that CBA, you know, the collective bargaining agreement is still not signed. We might not even have a 2026 season while I'm talking about things they need to fix. That's the first thing right there. Fix us to have a season. So first, I said we need an all-star game back in Detroit.
Let's go.
And then I need our team to be the Shock. We got to get the Shock back, all right?
All right, we got some Detroit Shock fans here at 2025 WNBA All-Star, and they want the Shock back.
All right, let's do it. But it's no different what the players said. A lot of people, you know, the players caught some static for this statement, but it's kind of true. Pay us what you owe us. They do deserve to get paid what they are owed. I agree. I agree. They making all this money elsewhere. And again, I keep saying, where's the money going? Because the money is there. Where is it going though? Because it ain't going to the players. Next thing I want to talk about, the commentators. We got to make the commentators better. What I mean by that is get some commentators that care. Get some commentators who are not dry. Get some commentators who are going to make the moment the moment. You know, I don't want to hear the most boring announcer when, oh, she hit too short and it's good. I want to hear the, oh my God, like, it's something about that. Like the Charlotte Hornets announcer be like, oh my gosh, he hit that thing. A Gus Johnson, oh, nobody's going to catch. Like, there's something about that. You could think of all the moments in time where a big moment happened in sports, and I promise you, 9 times out of 10, you could think about the commentator who's commentating. And if you don't even know the commentator name, you know the line he said that made that moment that moment. Curry from downtown, bang! We all know where that moment came from. Shout out Mike Breen. Make the commentators exciting. Don't make them boring. I do believe you need 24/7 channel. All the other leagues have it. NBA, MLB, NFL. You need a 24/7 channel for the WNBA, I believe. You need more talk shows like the WNBA countdowns, the Inside the WNBA maybe. Get some more shows involved like that and actually find people who care about the game, not people who care about checks to do it, because I promise you it will make a heck of a difference. It will make the games feel important. Because right now, commentators don't make the games feel important. They need an RJ. I promise you. If y'all put me in the WNBA announcing situation, whether it's a PA announcer, commentator, sideline, whatever the case may be, I will have them games jumping. Another thing I want to say, embrace the popularity. It's not going to be pretty. I'm not saying the players should take disrespect, but it's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be pretty, okay? You're going to get the static from the fans, the trolls online, rage baiting, talking their smack, trolling the players. It's going to happen. I hate to say it, but it does come with the territory. It comes with the territory of the league becoming bigger and bigger and bigger. Because, again, the bigger the audience, the more it's going to happen. As I said, though, let me make emphasis on the players shouldn't have to take no disrespect. If they want to clap back, let them clap back. And more importantly, keep the players safe. There's no reason why Brittany Griner or Caitlin Clark is being ambushed at the airport. That would never happen to a player in another league. You know what I'm saying? Ever. Ever. It wouldn't even happen. I do got a hot take, though. Hear me out. Any publicity is good publicity. All right? And what I mean by that is, again, the WNBA keeps getting bad attention sometimes, and people are almost gatekeeping the league. Don't do that. Let whoever want to talk about the league talk about it. Because, again, any publicity is good publicity. And I'm going to tell you exactly why. I'm going to tell you a good example of this happening. For one, Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark. Embrace that, rivalry going on. Embrace it. Because look what it did back for the NBA when you had Magic and Bird. I'll be honest with y'all. It shouldn't come down to this, but it makes for marketing and TV, right? Black versus white. You got two people, college basketball greats. Now they in the WNBA. WNBA greats. Two different backgrounds, two different styles. They both gonna talk they smack to one another. They both can play some ball, but it works. Again, Magic and Bird saved the NBA back in the 80s. Don't overdo it, but keep those matchups going. People get so tired of the Sky vs. Fever matchups. I'm all for it because the ticket prices are up. That means people are willing to pay to go see that matchup. The ratings are through the roof when those games happen. People are tuned in. Keep it going. Don't overdo it. Don't milk it to the point we don't want to watch it no more, but keep it going. And then back to the anti-publicity versus good publicity. I said I got a good example of it. I'm going to keep talking about Angel Reese for a second. Angel Reese, they dogged her online, right? First of all, that girl got endorsements on top of endorsements. What endorsement does she not have right now? She's on Reese's Cups because her name Reese. Smart. Reebok. She got her own shoe. But more importantly, they dogged her. Talking about all her rebounds are me bounds because all she do is get her own offensive rebounds. That's what they saying online, right? They talking about, oh, it's me bounds. You know what that girl Angel did? She trademarked the word me bound. Now she getting paid for it. Come on, man. That's how you do it right there. That's how you market yourself. Let them hate. Let them talk their smack. You turn that smack into a positive, boom. Just like that. Paid. Off them hating. She getting paid off them hating. That's why I say any publicity is good publicity. Let them hate. Take advantage of it. If they ain't hating, you're not doing something right. That's how I look at it. That's how I look at it. But those are the things I would fix about the WNBA, especially going into this next season. But we got to have a season. 2026, we got to have a season. Captain, take care of the girls, please. Please. I want to watch a game. I haven't even bought my All-Star ticket yet because I don't even know if I'm going or not. Should I even book a hotel for Chicago or not? I don't know because I don't know if it's going to be an All-Star game this year. Thank you so much for checking out Buffed Up Sports. Go to buffedupsports.com for the latest episodes, my social media links, and ways to support the show. Please subscribe so you'll never miss the latest with Buffed Up Sports. And make sure you send Buffed Up Sports to your peoples so they can be entertained just like you. Now, just remember to spread love. Keep your chest out. Hold your head up. Show off them pretty teeth. Don't you worry about a thing. Until next time, y'all be good out there, and God bless you all. Peace.